So yesterday, the inaugural African Climate Summit to mitigate the climate effects across the world officially entered the second day, conducted at the KICC, Nairobi, a very successful event there as per my observations, an event that was well organized by the African Union, together with the United Nations Environment Programme, together with the government of Kenya, and it was attended by several dignitaries across the world, the US Special Envoy, several heads of state, and the delegates. And the main theme of that event was adapting the climate change, a call for action. But in this particular video, ladies and gentlemen, I just want us to do a proper and critical observation, or rather analysis, based on facts on the political side of this event, including Raila Odinga's presence and the impacts. But before that, just in case you are here for the first time, or maybe you are currently watching this video yet you haven't subscribed, I'm just requesting you to please take a second or two and click to the subscribe button. You can also give this video a thumbs up, because if you do that, YouTube will automatically recommend this particular video or this entire platform to reach out to others. Our main aim, our main goal here each and every day is to grow together. To my returning subscribers who are currently watching this video, I want to take this opportunity to really appreciate you for your continued support. Without that support, this platform, this channel cannot be where it is currently. And that is why each and every day I don't take that support for granted. And to those who want to be automatically receive the notification updates from this channel immediately I post a video here, just press the notification bell. Having said that, now let us go straight into the deeper details of this video. And I want us to begin with Raila Odinga's presence in that particular event. So I want you to watch this short video clip, then I will explain to you on the events that took place. So this is exactly what happened. As the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, was very much busy inviting or receiving foreign dignitaries and the delegates or the heads of state who attended this particular event. You know, of course, as a government, they had to share activities. That is why you saw William Ruto receiving some leaders. Also, the CS for Foreign Affairs, Dr. Alfred Mutua, was also receiving some leaders from the airport, while Rigathi Gachagua was receiving some kind of leaders who attended this particular event. So as he was receiving the leaders who attended, he was shocked to see Raila Odinga arriving. And of course, he had to put all the political differences between him and Raila Odinga aside, and you could see him smiling and give Raila Odinga a very warm welcome. But in my considered opinion, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly believe that Raila Odinga was not invited in this particular event, and I will still explain to you on why I think that way. But immediately Raila Odinga arrived, there was some change of protocols that was effected immediately. Let me just read for you this statement that was released by the Principal Secretary for Security, Omolo. It says that for immediate release, September 5th, 2023. The headline, change of protocol for accessing KICC for the African Climate Summit 23. Following the routine review of the security arrangement, the ongoing African Climate Summit 23 at the KICC, the security protocol and the accreditation subcommittee wishes to inform the distinguished delegates about the following changes to the protocols for accessing the venue. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Number one, access to Savo, Abadeas, and Lenana ballrooms will only be granted by the delegates accredited to enter the first ballroom, Savo. Secondly, the rest of the delegates will access the venue through the entrance along Parliament Road. Thirdly, all ministers, both local and foreign principal secretaries and diplomatic corps, will access the venue through the entrance along Harambee Avenue. Fourthly, all presidential motorcades will access the venue through entrance along City Hall. Proceeds to say that the changes take effect immediately, and the delegates and their entourage are advised to take note and faithfully adhere to the new protocols to avoid unnecessary delays, inconveniences, and jams up at the entrance. Our security officers and traffic marshals will be available along the access roads to provide. Finally, the necessary support and or direction, Dr. Raymond Omolo, PhD, PS Internal Security. Why do you think this change of protocol was made immediately Raila Odinga arrived? In my considered opinion, this is a well-orchestrated scheme to block Raila Odinga from attending this event again. Why am I thinking that way? Because when you look at this, the issues that have been raised here, the people who are allowed to access KICC are the ones invited only. And that is why it is talking about the people who are allowed only to access Savo and Abadeas and Lenana ballrooms. Secondly, it talks about the rest of the delegates will access KICC through the entrance along Parliament Road. Thirdly, it talks about the ministers and local foreign, the local ministers, both local and foreign principal secretaries, how they will access the KICC through the Harambee Avenue. And the presidential motorcades will access the event through the entrance along City Hall. Now let's say, for example, Raila Odinga arrives to this particular event. It will fall under which category in this particular protocol? That is a question. Now, I strongly believe that Raila Odinga had to attend this event because of two major reasons, which of course are very important to him. Number one, I want you to realize that Raila Odinga is a politician. Apart from him being a politician, he is also a leader. Raila Odinga has severally been invited in some of these events previously. And that is why last year in November, I still remember very well, Raila Odinga had to jet out of the country to attend a certain event just like this one, which was called COP27, conducted in Egypt. You see? So that is why Raila Odinga had to attend this particular event. And secondly, it is simply because of the dialogue that William Ruto agreed to have with Azimio. Let's say, for example, William Ruto had not accepted to have a dialogue with Raila Odinga. Do you think Raila Odinga would have attended this particular event? Of course not. So I have well described Raila Odinga's presence. Now let us go to the second issue. Why Raila Odinga was not allowed to speak. You know, immediately Raila Odinga arrived in this event, I expected for him to talk about some issues, to be invited to make a speech. And that is why he was also received by the Nairobi Women Rep, Honorable Esther Passaris. And let me read for you the statement that was made by Esther Passaris. She's saying that Raila Odinga has arrived at the African Climate Summit 23, underscoring his commitment to addressing pressing climate challenges in Africa. So Raila Odinga was to talk about desertification, Raila Odinga was to talk about floods, and also he was to talk about the drought. But he was not allowed to speak in this particular event simply because of three major reasons. Number one, Raila Odinga was uninvited. He was not invited, and that is why he was not recognized. The schedule had already been prepared, and it was not easy for President William Ruto, who was taking charge, to cut off some leaders, and also because of time, to introduce somebody else in that particular schedule. It will be so hard to introduce Raila Odinga as per the protocol which was being followed in that particular event. Number one, that is why Raila Odinga was not invited to speak. Secondly, Raila Odinga would have been given an opportunity to speak as who? You know, the reason as to why Raila Odinga used to be invited for the same event previously, it was because of his capacity as the African Union High Representative of Infrastructure and Development in the entire Horn of Africa. But immediately he was fired from the African Union by the chairman, Musa Faki. Raila Odinga does not have the capacity to address such a particular event. And thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, it was because of avoiding embarrassment. I want you to realize that previously, when Raila Odinga was given an opportunity to speak during the devolution event that took place in Eldoret recently, Raila Odinga took that opportunity to speak badly about the United States ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whiteman, which created tension among African leaders, US Special Envoy, and the delegates. So they will not want such an embarrassment to occur in this particular event. That is why he was denied to speak. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, as I wrap up, William Ruto snubbing Raila Odinga in that event. Did you see Raila Odinga meeting with President William Ruto? Of course not, because maybe he was not invited, or also William Ruto was very much busy with other African or leaders from across the world. He had to be with them, so he was so much busy. Raila Odinga was not invited in that event, thanks to Rigathi Gachagua, who gave him a warm welcome. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this particular event? What do you think about Raila Odinga's presence? Let me know your thoughts or your opinions on the comment section below. Otherwise, I don't have much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe. But until next time, my name is Jason. I will still do a critical analysis on why Raila Odinga was not accompanied by the Azimio La Umoja Alliance principles. Kalonzo Musyoka and Martha Karua. Bye-bye.